Welcome to GoUSIEagles.com. This is Dan McDonnell, and joining me today is the head cross-country coach at USI, Mike Hillyard. And, Coach, Nationals coming up. How's your team preparing for this weekend's race?
Well, coming off of regionals last week, we had a couple of guys that were battling some illness, so we're just trying to get everyone to 100% health. No real issues as far as structural injuries, just, trying to get back to 100% with those few, and we're definitely making really good progress in that direction. As far as training goes, it's kind of been just sort of the norm for us leading into a national championship. We haven't really changed a lot. Things are moving along really well. We worked out with the team on Saturday and looked great. So looking forward to this next week, knowing that all the hard work is behind us now.
What's the expectations heading in to Nationals, first for the men and then for the women?
Well, with our men, we have a lot of guys that have been with the program for 4 years now, our entire top five. So their expectations are high. Anything less than a podium finish for those guys would be disappointing. They know that that's a strong possibility for them. That said, we could have a great day and be outside of that top five, but they know that it's well within their capacity to do that. So that's certainly the expectation with them. On the women's side, we feel like there's a possibility that there could be 4 teams from our region in the top 8 and maybe 3 in the top 6 or 7. And, so if we can be one of those top 3 teams from our region at the national championship meet, then I think a top 7 finish is definitely plausible for the women.
How about individual goals?
Well, on the women's side, if you look at our regional meet here a week and a half ago, that field was so strong that, last year's national runner-up in the 3K was 4th. 6th place was last year's cross-country national champion. 8th place was last year's 3rd placer from the national championships in cross-country. There's a lot of good girls up front in that field. So for Emily Roberts to be top 5 in that field, we know that on the right day she could be top 8 to 10 at a national championship, maybe even higher. So, that's definitely a possibility for her to be on that individual podium. Johnny Guy has been a national champion before. I know that that's his goal. And I know that that's a strong possibility for him. And with the rest of that men's group, we have 4 other guys that on the right day could be an All-American. So, if we can get all 5 on the same day, then we'll be in pretty good shape.
You guys are running a new course that you've got some familiarity as a coach, but everyone's kind of new to the course. Talk about what the team will face on Saturday.
Well, the course at Joplin, it definitely has a lot of hills, no major climbs, a lot of switchbacks, a lot of turns, but very good footing. It's a great spectator course. As far as challenges for the athletes, I think giving them a couple of days on Thursday and Friday to just get familiar with the layout is really all we need to be prepared. In terms of physical preparation, everything we've done this fall training will prepare us for the demands of that course. So I feel pretty confident that we'll be ready. And honestly, almost all of the top contending teams have not been on the course in the last few years since Nationals were there either. So, I think that's pretty much a level playing field from that standpoint.
All right, Coach, good luck this weekend. Live coverage of the NCAA Division II Cross Country Championships can be found at GoUSIEagles.com. The women's race begins at 10 o'clock. The men's race is at 11:15. For more information, always click on GoUSIEagles.com. For GoUSIEagles.com, this is Dan McDonnell.